I'm clearing out a spot to store logs at the place that I rent. There's where I keep the knuckle boom, and I've got a little too much wood piled up there, and I'm trying to make it so that a semi can be in here getting loaded, and I've made a bypass road so that if a truck is backed in, he can still go to the back. I'm not blocking him, and I'm going to pop that stump out. I'm going to make this area where my fork truck can come down here and pile maybe 3 or 4 sorts. I mean, the ground's pretty soft. It would take a truckload of pretty big rock for me to make it really usable, but I figured while the machine is here, I might as well do it. So the spear opens and closes all the way. Well, at least that's all the way open. And it goes down forcefully, closes the thing against the blade. Well, I guess I've had a pretty good day. I got the dozer back together with forward and reverse, left and right steering are functional. Everything, first gear and third gear are working. I'm missing second gear, whether I'm going forward or backward. And it's a pressure issue in the control valve. I hope it's the 1, 2, 3 selector speed valve. And I'm confident it's not going to do any damage. I'm confident that there's no, internal hard part mechanical failure. There's no crunching or grinding. It's just not engaging the piston that applies second gear, whether I'm going forward or backward. So for the sake of sticking to my worry about it later roots, I came and got this done. I made a trade with the guy that I rent this place from. This is my junky old redneck knuckle boom, and a pile of firewood and a pile of wood that's got to get burned. For a while, a friend of mine with a tree service was dropping stuff off here. There's actually another pile back there that's big fat pine logs that I wanted to saw because I wanted pine paneling for an interior job I'm doing in the little shack I live in. But anyway, I rent this place because my yard is already completely packed, and you can't really get a semi in my yard. And there's a good roadbed right here from an old driveway. The house was burned down, and the guy that kind of owns the place, the son of the deceased owner, he's kind of camping out here, and he's down on his luck. So I'm trying to help the guy. And we made a trade where I did some clearing for him in the back, and in exchange, I got the whole front. I've made this opening I don't know if it's going to be for storing logs, for laying out logs to solicit bids, or is it going to be, I might just plant it I might frost seed it to rye literally in the next few days just to stabilize the soil and maybe have it be one more spot for the goats to graze. Because my electric fence could easily be extended over to this area. So that could work. And here is the open and close, hydraulic open and close spear grapple thing. I've already found the first major flaw. This tube was plenty sufficient when it was a gravity operated unit, but now that it's got hydraulic pressure, I don't know why I didn't think of it. It torqued that thing and bent it a bunch. I tried grappling, like biting down on a stump, not a stump, a root ball, like a huge, big root ball. I just wanted to see, could I bite it hard enough to pick it up? I didn't realize that I was just bending the tube, and the structure of it is really, what a humongous omission on my part to not notice that. But it'll end up getting fixed up a bit, enough that it doesn't rip apart. But the virtue of it is it's not a massive need that I have for the sake of a grapple so much as the ability to go from blade to rake to tree pusher really quick. So that was awesome. It's about a 7 or 8 second cycle time instead of an hour on and off. And it just made everything about doing this so good. Like, just so much better. It was like having 2 machines, Very happy with how everything's going today. And, well, you can see the road right there. So I got semi-trailer access I'm on a dead-end road, but there's a cul-de-sac down at the end. I probably have to do a little bit of dirt work for a semi to do a single pass U-turn. I have turned a sleeper cab spread axle 48 spread. I've turned one around down there with a bunch of jackknife pivots, but there's a mud hole that I probably need to bring this down there and fill in. And once I do, a log truck would be able to go in and do a complete circle. Come up this way and then back right in, back into the knuckle boom, and then my big fork truck can pick up piles. They're already pre-sorted, but this can be an area where I roll the stuff out so that I'm only talking about veneer. Stave, I just bring it to the stave guy. So if there's veneer on a job, my concept in my mind, I've actually just got direct access to a veneer buyer. And the idea in my mind is bring strictly veneer here and lay it out, 5-6 feet apart, and solicit bids. And then when you get the check, I round it all up and throw it on their truck. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know.